Welcome back to the 20th episode of Sports Avenue. We are your hosts, Jimmy and Steve.
Oh, welcome back!
Today we're going to be talking about some hot topics in the world of sports, and for today, we're going to be talking about some, bats and balls. Yeah, we're talking about baseball, baby.
Bats and balls.
Yeah, bats to balls.
Bats.
Balls to bats, bats to balls.
Bats. Coming out of hands and into bats.
Yes, sir.
The balls I'm talking.
Get that rosin bag going.
What? It's all baseball today. Figure we're going to do a little change up. Let you guys, not listen about football all the time, every day. But, we're looking to live stream after this, too, like we typically do after our shows. And we'll talk a little more baseball then, too, if you guys want to join us there. But, so far, all right, it's going to be all baseball. Now, the Podbean link's going to be in the description on YouTube. Find us at Sports Avenue with Jim and Steve, .podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter at _Sports Avenue. We're on Facebook. We've got a whole group on Facebook. Post stuff there all the time. More than welcome for conversation. Love having conversation there, actually, as a matter of fact.
Yes, sir.
Sports Avenue with Jim and Steve. Instagram, Sports_Avenue 440. Twitch, Sports_Avenue 440. And you, as always, contact us through our Gmail, sportsav440@gmail.com. Now, we're going to hop right into this. We're going to try and get at a solid little show here. We're going to start with the AL East. I went with AL teams first, but, we can change it up if you want.
No, let's do the AL.
Is that what you want to do, Jimmy?
Oh, let's just get through the AL.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
We're going to go in order of the way the standings are going currently. As of right now, 1 o'clock, Sunday, 5/26.
1:07 p.m.
2019. Yankees are leading it.
Then it's the Rays, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and the Orioles.
Sure is.
So it's surprising because
Jim, what are your thoughts on that?
It's surprising because the Rays have been hot through pretty much this entire year. I wasn't expecting to be in the division. I was kind of expecting the Yankees and Red Sox to be the top two teams. I wasn't seeing all the injuries the Yankees have been dealing with. I didn't think they'd be hot, but they're doing well with what they have. Well, really well considering that they're one of the best teams in the league right now. So yeah, it's been interesting to watch them play. Watching them, take Clint Frazier, who's supposed to be one of the best prospects in the MLB, away from the Indians, for Andrew Miller. But we must move on.
What, with the Yankees? Yeah, come on. The Rays, though, I don't know. I like what the Yankees have been able to do with all the injuries. That's cool, but I don't think that's going to last too much. I really don't. I don't see that maintaining.
No, it's not going to. That's why they have all these guys playing right now. So once they do come back, they're going to be coming back hot, and they'll be really good. Better than what they're playing right now.
Well, yeah, once everybody gets healthy, but, Judge is a power dude. That's it. Giancarlo Stanton, I don't even know what's going on with him. You said he was working in the minors.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that goes on, but, for now, they're just kind of there. They're succeeding. You kind of got to give them props for working with what they got, so.
Yeah.
But the Rays, I'm personally not a big believer in the Rays. I don't think they're going to maintain what they're doing. I don't think that they can, personally. I don't think their pitching's that great. You got Blake Snell. He's wheeling this year, and that's not even really. He's 3-4. At least that was as the other day against the Tribe. And he's 3-4. He's supposed to be their ace, last I knew.
Yeah, he is.
And how are you gonna? I don't know. I just don't see it.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay. I'm not worried about them.
I think the Red Sox are gonna end up beating them out, and Rays will be third in this division. So.
Well, yeah, if their pitching improves and continues to improve, yeah, they'll be fine because the Red Sox have one of the best offenses in the league. So.
No.
But yeah, the Rays will be fine. They'll be a wild card team. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah. The Red Sox are third. They're playing subpar for the talents on the roster. Let's be honest.
Well, they're playing better because they've picked up steam after the crappy start.
Yeah, but it's still subpar play.
They should be.
You have one of the best rosters in the league. You should be playing just straight lights out. Like if you flip flop the Yankees and the Red Sox, that would make sense.
Yes, because it
Absolutely,
makes sense.
absolutely would make sense. But at this point, I think you're gonna have to grab a wild card spot. You're in discussion for wild card, unless the Yankees start to really, really lack, which they might. But
unless their guys come back and they're really cold and
I mean we'll have to see. But I mean that's kind of how that one's looking so far. Moving on to the Blue Jays. I think the fans are just focused on Vlad Jr.
Yeah,
coming in and hitting dingers or trying to, and that's it. Their team's bad. Team is awful.
Well, yeah, because they're completely rebuilding. They just called up Kevon Biggio. Yeah, again, they're the first team ever to have like two sons that were their dads were former Hall of Famers. Yeah, they're rebuilding. They're more worried about having these younger guys entertain them rather than actually having a team that's good and win. That's really all it is.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, at this point, once the fan base embraces the whole, hey, it's just a huge, huge crapshoot. We suck. We're just going to rebuild. Like the Indians have done, like we've watched the Browns do for decades. It's a lot easier to just kind of accept. So, and then you come out of the Orioles. They're just so bad.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to be good.
No, they weren't, but damn, they're just so bad.
Well, yeah, because they're eating up contracts for bad players like Chris Davis.
Hey, he's finally hitting stuff now, okay? He's finally hitting.
You can call it that.
He's hitting. He's doing better than what he was.
Yeah, he's not going 0 for 50.
No, he's not, thank God. That was bad. I want to talk about dumpster fire. Jeez.
That's the Marlins.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
The Marlins are the worst team in the MLB.
Moving on to the AL Central. Yeah, Marlins are bad. AL Central. Standings goes Twins, Indians, White Sox, Tigers, Royals. Now, if you listen to the show, we know you have. We're Indians fans. Okay?
Oh, we try to be.
We try to be, and then, things just kind of go bad. But hear us out here, okay? Twins, they always start hot. Every year. And it's been super relevant the last few years.
Yeah, last few years, yeah. They have an insane hot streak through
But it's only a matter of time until they cool down. And they always cool down, and they always fizzle out. I think they're going to end up winning the division. We said this before last time we talked MLB. I think they're going to win the division.
Yeah, it was like the season preview.
Yep. I think that the Indians were overrated coming into the season.
Yeah.
And they've only shown that, and even with the pitching. So don't get me wrong here. Before Kluber got hurt, he was awful.
Yep. He was garbage.
Awful. Like, bad.
Yeah.
And
5.8 ERA.
Carrasco hasn't been great.
It's been Bieber and Bauer, basically.
Bieber and Bauer. And Clev, he was wheeling. He had 2 games. Yes, he was wheeling in 2 games. 2. Great. Awesome. 2 games. 2 games. That's it. So everybody's saying, if you would have had the 3 of them, we would have been doing better. Plus 1 potentially all-star pitcher. Great. But it was only 2 games, so you don't know. I'm hoping he comes back. He's been throwing more and more.
Yeah.
So hoping he comes back soon. But as of right now, it's still looking like All-Star break is when he's healthy again. Maybe. So
I wouldn't rush it.
No, why bother? Why? I mean, seriously, why bother? At this point, you're almost better off blowing it up. Because it's been inevitable. It's been an inevitable blow-up for at least since
the World Series loss.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I take that back ever since last year.
When you decided that you're going to let Brantley walk and Encarnacion, granted, I don't mind losing Edwin because of his contract. I agree with that one. Brantley, though, come on. Melky Cabrera. So a lot of people are going to make fun of me for that one. The guy's raking.
340 average.
All year. He's killing it. He's killing it. Yandy Diaz. I don't like losing Yandy, but I do like this Jake Bauers kid the more and more I look at him and I watch him. Yandy's producing more so far, but I think Jake Bauers will come around. Maybe not this year, but I think he'll pan out for the Tribe for long term. I'm hoping. But you let Brantley walk. He's 9th best average in the league right now. He's producing like he does when he's healthy. He was worth that contract. He signed a 2-year contract. He was worth it. At worst case scenario, he would have been a trade beast to blow up the team.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what are you losing? You're not gaining anything by not having him. What, you have 16 million? Wow. And you put that nowhere.
Literally.
I mean, literally nowhere. What, are you saving that for Frankie? Why? Trade him. At this point, blow it up.
Yeah.
I mean, J-Ram is having an abhorrent year. He is continuing to have the second half of his last year, this year. It was bad. He's having an awful year.
Yeah, he just needs to hit for contact. What he usually
Yep,
what he should be doing.
Every swing is just for the moon, man. And it's not panning out for him, seeing as how he's batting 200. He's not going great.
Yeah, 'cause he's not Joey Gallo.
No.
He just needs to hit the ball.
Yep.
He can get on base.
Yep, I agree.
He'll be fine.
I think so. I'm hoping he turns it around. I really am, because I like the Indians. I want to see him succeed. But eventually, you need to have a lone, hard look in the mirror and say, it might be time to blow it up today. I don't want to lose Frankie, but he's not worth $30 million. No way. If you're gonna sit there and you're gonna argue that Michael Brantley is rightfully getting paid 16 and he's doing that well, I don't understand why that shouldn't be a thing for all teams.
What do you mean?
Like, why is that not expected? Like, Michael Brantley was okay with 16.
Yeah, and he's playing.
But he plays much better than that.
Well, yeah.
I just think that.
Well, yeah, because he's not a prototypical player in this day.
I don't think he's a money hungry pile of garbage. So I don't think
he wants to win. That's why he went to the Astros.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a chance to win with the Indians, but I truly believe Tito's not the best manager, and I believe that ownership.
I think Tito's not really much of the problem. I think it's the ownership. Ownership is garbage.
I think you lost the World Series because of Tito.
Because you had no one else besides Kluber and Miller.
Well, yeah, but Kluber throwing him out there Game 7 was a bad move. That's what really was.
Because he was burnt out.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's exactly why.
Again, who else are you gonna pitch for? Ryan Merritt?
You pitch somebody other than the guy that just pitched twice in that same series.
Carried you the entire series?
Well,
or the entire playoffs? Him and Miller, literally.
Yeah, I know. I remember it. I was there. It was great until it wasn't. Anyway, I don't want to see it happen, but I mean,
let the Browns be the number one team in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, come on, let's go. Cleveland's a Browns town. So anyway, White Sox, they're not good.
They're playing better than I thought they would be.
I do too, but they're going to start to decline soon. Their roster's bad. But 23 and 28 as of right now, when we're doing this little update, that's really good for that roster.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Again, I think they're good for the division, making the Indians and Twins work for it. I think that's what it should be.
Yeah,
I like their team. They're young. They're still developing.
I don't like it. I don't like that team much. But
yeah, they just cut up Eloy Jimenez. He's good. I think the team will be fine. I think they'll be doing. I think if they're going to surprise anyone, I think they'll be okay. They're not going to be. They'll be below average.
Yeah, 23 and 28 surprise. I'd expect them to stay around 500 for the year though. Tigers. You're just a shell of what you used to be, man.
They're not even that. They're just bad.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the rebuilding.
Large contracts.
Well, yeah, they're just
here you go. Here you go, Phillies fans, Padres fans. Large contracts absolutely hinder their ability to build a team, to pay young talent, and improve anything.
Well, they're just rebuilding right now because
they've been rebuilding since they dealt what's his face to the Astros.
Verlander and all that?
Yes, Verlander.
Well, yeah, because it was Verlander, Scherzer. I mean, they had a stacked team after they lost the World Series. Those guys just wanted to get the money.
Yep.
So there's nothing you can do after that point.
Nope. Yeah, just ignore the dog in the back. Royals. Royals are bad. And it's not looking to get any better for them in the foreseeable future.
Oh, on a side note, the Tigers also have one of the best pitching prospects in Casey Mize. Just pointing out there. In his first start in AAA or AA, I don't know which one it was. He threw a no-hitter. So Just look positive. Tigers.
There you go. That's see, I didn't know that. That's great news.
Yeah.
That's really good news. Good for them.
Yeah, it happened this year, so
Oh, good.
eventually you'll have a
No,
good team.
no hitter at any levels. Still no hitter. So, but AL West.
We have the Astros, the Athletics, the Rangers, Angels, and Mariners. I was expecting when I looked at the Rangers, that they're like the surprise team in this division, considering that their team is a lot of old guys, really, like Asdrubal Cabrera. There was a few others. I just wasn't. Hunter Pence, and I was expecting them to kind of just be in the gutters this year, kind of again rebuilding, getting their top talent in, seeing what they can do. But no, they're being competitive. Like I think they're above 500, like 26 and 25. I'm thinking like no way. I was expecting them to kind of be in the Mariners spot where they are currently right now. Well, anyways, Astros with the talent they have, you expected them to be a contender. I don't know why you wouldn't, just because of how much talent they have. Their manager is good. AJ Hinch is one of the best managers in the league. Pitching's amazing. Their lineup's insane. They'll be the best team in the AL, and I don't think it's close. Athletics, they're not a bad team, but again, they have to moneyball it every year, considering that they just don't have the market to pay players. They have a solid team though, considering what they have. Matt Chapman, one of the best, if not the best defensive third basemen in the game besides Nolan Arenado, who went to the same school as him, high school. They both went to the same high school together. They got a solid bat, Matt Olson. Marcus Simeon's a good shortstop. Again, not a bad team by any means. They'll be a team to maybe fight to the end for a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to get there. I like the Rays. Steven doesn't like them. I do. But they're a good team. They're not bad whatsoever. Next, we'll talk about the Rangers. Their pitching's not good. It's what kind of keeps them out. But their offense, it's solid. It's a lot of older players, but they get it done somehow. Next with the Angels, well, it's Trout and Ohtani, and everyone else is garbage.
I mean, come on, the Angels,
That's really all it is.
Like, I love Mike Trout, man.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I just don't. The team's bad. It's a bad team. Your pitching is awful.
It's Ohtani and Trout, and everyone else is garbage.
They're better than the Rangers, but
Oh.
the pitching's going to keep them out of the postseason. They're not going to get a wild card. I don't think they get a wild card.
No, because their pitching's awful.
Yep. Mariners. 5 players with double-digit home runs.
Hottest team in the AL.
And 13. They're dead last in their division.
They went 13-2, and they've been 10-29 since.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the offense you put up if your pitching is that bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
I mean, their pitching is that bad.
Yeah, they have a good batting lineup, but their pitching's horrendous.
Awful team.
Well, pitching's awful.
You're gonna sit there and tell me the last how many games? You said they're 10-29 and they're whatever. No, that's not a good team. That's not a good team, and it's poorly managed.
It's pitching.
I think you start off that hot, and you got 5 guys that are hitting double-digit dingers.
Yeah.
You should not be losing like that.
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to.
You're gonna drop 29 out of 40.
Yeah.
Right? No, absolutely not. Even with poor pitching, that's sad. That's like Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's Marlins numbers.
Has to be, I guess.
Bad.
Now switching to the NL East, we have the Phillies, the Braves, the Mets, the Nationals, then the Marlins. Phillies, again, they were going to be competing for the division this year. They're a solid team, as we all knew. They're stacked with talent. Even though Bryce Harper is only hitting 230, he's still getting out. He's doing as expected.
Yeah, but I mean, he's turned into this power guy.
Yeah,
he's turned into this heavy duty power guy.
Yeah, all he does is hit bombs.
And I don't agree with it. And that's not even necessarily true. He's been striking out a lot.
Yeah, that's all he does. He strikes out, hits home runs, and walks. That's it.
I just think that he shouldn't have been paid what he did. Same goes for Machado. because in the long run, all it's going to do is hinder your team, as per the Tigers.
Well, yeah, I necessarily never thought that the Phillies needed Harper anyways.
No, they didn't. I mean, yeah, you take Harper out of it, and he's not number one offensively for that team. He's like, was it third,
two or
fourth?
three?
Yeah, I mean fourth. I mean you could take Harper out, and the Phillies are still number one in this division.
Yeah, I don't see why they can't be.
Nope, Phillies are a good team. They were good before Harper. He's just a middle of the road bat for them. It's not like he's gonna blow you away defensively.
He's got a good arm.
Great. I just don't. I think we downplay defense a lot, but realistically, if you're gonna highlight offense for him in his career, this year it's mediocre so far. For him, for what you're paying him, it's middle of the road. Going on to the Braves. I mean, paying Donaldson all that money is not. He's not what they're paying him at all. At all. Other than that, the team's, they're playing better than what their record is, in my opinion. They're a good team. I like the Braves.
Yeah, they're good. They're young. They have some good veteran pieces like Donaldson and Freeman.
Yep, I look for them to stay hot, and they're going to challenge the Phillies for the NL East lead.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Phillies.
I wouldn't either.
How it currently looks, I wouldn't be. Those two are gonna be playing it down to the wire.
Oh, absolutely. That'll be it'll be really fun to watch as the season goes. Mets, they're pitching, it's middle of the road at best, and their offense isn't awful, but it's not dominant. I would expect them to stay right around 500 for the year.
Yeah, they've been dealing with some injuries. I also wouldn't surprise if they have a bad slide in the second half of the year as well. I don't see them. I'm surprised they're.
You don't think they're going to be 500 at the end of the year?
No, I think
they'll be much worse.
Yeah, not like awful, but like they won't be what they are now. Like they're dealing with injuries and stuff like that. I just don't think they're that good.
Moving on to the Nationals, the offense, they're above average, but barely. Their pitching's carrying the team, but offensively, but they need help offensively. And with that pitching rotation, you can make a run for the wild card spot if they get that help offensively. I think,
unless they get super hot and they can. I mean, they can compete for the division too.
Yeah, they could. I think the Nationals absolutely could, but the bats need to really wake up. You got to go from above average from barely average to well above average.
Yeah.
To catch the Phillies, because there's like a 10-game swing.
But again, these teams don't know. Like the Braves and Phillies have been bad for so long that they don't know. They might not be able to hold their consistency.
Yeah. I mean, it's an even 10-game swing.
That's what I'm saying. And the Nationals have been the top team for the last few years. So I mean, again, I can see them making a run if they get hot. They got a lot of young talent there. Like
I agree. I think the Nationals can absolutely make a run for it. But
yeah,
that's me.
That's what I say. I don't see why they can't.
And then you move on to the worst team in the majors.
Yeah, not even close.
I mean,
it's awful.
They're worse than Baltimore by far, in my opinion. The Marlins are so bad.
This is gonna be the worst rebuild I think I've ever observed. It might be a long time until you see them be actually competent. Ever.
Yeah, I don't see them being relevant for the next 3 to 4 years.
They won't be relevant for another 10 years at this rate, unless they get the next coming of Babe Ruth. And
yeah, I mean, even then, one person doesn't make your team. It highlights your team. It doesn't make your team. Francisco Lindor does not make the Indians. He just highlights the Indians.
No, he's like half the production of the team this year.
Yeah, well, that's true, but he's not single-handedly winning games, in my opinion. I don't see that.
Well, no one's winning games for the Indians.
that's true. That is very true. NL Central. Cubs, Brewers, Pirates, Cardinals, Reds. Cubs. As Indians fans, I hope they all choke and die. But, I mean, realistically, the offense is solid until you get past their big-name guys, and then it drops. It drops drastic. Pitching looks good, but that's almost specifically because of the offense. If the bats go cold, this team falls to pieces. So... That's that.
Yeah, they haven't been the same since the World Series.
No, they haven't. It's been really, really strange.
Yeah, it's like they just don't know how to get back to where they were.
Yeah.
Because they're still young, and all these players are almost in their prime or in their prime, so...
Yeah. I mean, realistically, after the World Series win, it should have been just blowout city for the Cubs everywhere.
Yeah, they should be where like
Because they have the talent to do it. I mean, arguably, I hate giving them credit, but they have incredible talent on that roster.
They have one of the best rosters in the league, I think.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. So to see them just kind of
above, well,
I mean, but
they should be doing better than I think.
I think they should be more like 35-15. I really think they should be one of the best teams in the majors. I really, really do.
Yeah, they should be around where the Dodgers are.
Absolutely.
If everyone's playing at their best or their peak,
yep.
There's no reason for them not to.
No, I absolutely agree. Brewers pitching's middle of the road. It's nothing to write home about, but the offense is carrying the team. It is single-handedly carrying the team.
Yeah, when you got the best player in baseball currently right now.
Yeah, I mean it's just solid through the entire lineup for the Brewers. You could see the taper, but it's consistent. You don't expect your 9 guy to drive in 30 ribbies this time of the year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, when you have a guy hitting
just got 20 home runs already.
20 home runs in a third of a season, when most guys can't even get 20 in a whole year.
Yeah, most guys don't see that. So,
and like a guy like Christian Yelich, he isn't big at all. He's just he's
just seen it well. It's like J-Ram. J-Ram's not big.
He's
Frankie's not big. It's seeing it, man. That's why I think they're going to come out of their funk. God, I hope. But Yelich has had incredible success this year.
Yeah, he's making a run for MVP again.
Oh, absolutely. I think he'll definitely be in the talks as the year goes. Pirates.
Arg,
Me mateys. Arg, Bell, he be swinging the wood good.
Yeah.
So the pitching's awful, though. It's not doing the offense any favors. Outside of Bell, though, the team, they don't have any bright spot offensively.
Except Melky.
Well, Melky, but he's not even really offensively a bright spot. He's just a middle-of-the-road guy. He's a production guy. If he was on the Indians, he'd be like the third, fourth best guy.
Best player on the team.
Well, I don't know about that. But, the Indians definitely could have used him for like $2 million a year. Yeah. God, that pisses me off. You had nobody. You had nobody in the outfield. Yeah, you had nobody. And then, we don't know what we're going to do in the outfield. I don't know, like $2 million would have brought in a dude that would have had a solid stick.
You could have.
And he's good defensively.
You could have paid 100 pence and Melky Cabrera.
Yeah, you could have paid a combined 5.
Yeah.
And you would have had one of the best lineups in the league. You know what? Now I'm just getting pissed. Well, this is stupid. It's stupid.
Well, the
Dolans are stupid. I'm so freaking mad. Oh my God. You could have paid veteran guys garbage money, and they still would have produced to the level. And defensively, they're good defensively. Melky would have been fine and left.
Oh no, he plays right.
Okay, well then Hunter Pence plays right.
Well then I think Melky. I think you move him right because he is a better arm, I think, than Hunter.
All right, well then maybe
then Hunter's left. Then
whatever.
Then your center.
Oh no, you got what? Melky's batting over 3 and Hunter's batting I think 260. I think it was. Oh no, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Have a successful year.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than what you have now. So.
You don't got to sit there and sign, Carlos Gonzalez and then cut him. You don't got to bring up Oscar Mercado and hope that he does well.
Yeah,
even though he should have been there, to start the season. Like we said, no big deal.
Yeah.
Talent evaluators. Put my resume in. Dolan. Garbage. Where we at? Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah.
That's so fucking mad. The offense is really good. Offense is actually really solid. Solid lineup.
Yeah, they're just a solid team all around.
Pitching is stopping them from wild card.
If their pitching picks up, they'll be fine.
If their pitching picks up, they'll surpass the Pirates. But in order to get a wild card spot, I think you have to.
It's gonna be tough because
the Cubs and Brewers are playing really well, and I think the Brewers' record should be way past 29-24. I think it should be.
If their pitching was doing better than
I think they'd be blowing past the Cubs.
Well,
their offense has been insane. So.
Whoever gets hot, because you figure the Central and East there's 2 teams competing for the division realistically, and for the Central, all those teams can compete for the division. Again, that's just like any of those teams, like the Pirates, I think they're gonna slide. Like the Reds, Cardinals, Brewers, and Cubs can all make a run.
Yeah, I agree. If they get hot at the right time, absolutely. Speaking of Reds,
Yeah,
their pitching's middle of the road.
Yeah, they got a good starter. Luis Castillo is really good.
I mean, they're not bad, but they're middle of the road pitching. And middle of the road can get you into the postseason if you have a good offense.
Which they do.
Which they absolutely do. And they're better than the Indians. So
yeah, I like the Reds. I
do too.
I don't know why.
I hate saying it. I do like them though.
I've always liked the Reds. I don't like the Bengals, but I like the Reds.
You know what? I agree with that.
Yeah,
that's something. It's weird how that goes, isn't it?
Well, like I don't know. I've liked Joey Votto. Like I've always liked. I really never
like a lot of people around here hate the Red Sox. I don't hate the Red Sox.
I don't like the Yankees. I don't care for the Yankees. I'm indifferent on the Red Sox. I want to go to Fenway Park, but
I would. That'd be cool to see that. But yeah whatever. NL West: Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Giants. Obviously, this is the Dodgers. I'm a Dodgers fan too, by the way. Like I like the Dodgers, but I wasn't like a bandwagon. I just like the Dodgers. I like Clayton Kershaw, so.
He's a good pitcher.
Yeah, he is. He's solid. Their offense is booming, straight booming, and the pitching's been great. I think the Dodgers are in
Yeah,
like,
they're
like
gonna
show talk. Like they got a huge potential to win it all.
Yeah, but again, they haven't been able to squeeze it out yet.
That's true.
Last 2 years.
It's true, but
who knows? Again, they're gonna go through a awful playoff. So, however, whoever gets in there, they're going to deal with some tough teams.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue Phillies, Braves, Nats from the East could make it. You could argue,
Cubs.
I mean, everybody from the Central except the Pirates. I don't think the Pirates even.
No.
By the end of the season, I don't think they're even remotely in talk.
And you still have to be good enough because even with the NL West, like the Rockies, Diamondbacks, and Padres are all good enough to compete. Like literally, they're all good enough to win that division. Again, it's not even good enough to try and make a run for a wild card spot in the NL because there's literally like
I wouldn't say that anybody's necessarily top heavy. Like
there's no lock.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I think the Dodgers. I think they'll win it, the West, but I think
it's still going to be it's going
to be a dogfight getting into the show.
It's still going to be a dogfight just to get out of the season because you still got 3 teams in your division that are still good.
Yeah, you could argue that the Diamondbacks and the Padres could make a run to win the NL West.
And same with the Rockies if they get if they get it together, like they can. Like their pitching is just playing really bad. Like any of those 3 teams can compete. And it's not even like the Giants are doing terrible either. Like they're not good, but like they're doing better than I expected them to be.
Yeah.
So, like, still, you're not going, like, your division's not a cakewalk. So, like, just to get out of the season's going to be awful. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, that'll be fun to watch. The NL West is going to be fun to watch.
The NL Conference is going to be fun to watch. I mean, that's a really good division or conference. Besides the Marlins.
Now, the Padres, I think it's surprising to see the success from a team with such poor pitching, especially in the NL, when the offenses are so good, but their offense is carrying them so far this season. I think that speaks volumes. If the pitching improves even slightly, you can make a run for the Dodgers. You can make a run to win the division, or if not, I think you have a solid chance at a wild card spot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Again, you still have to play like you're going to win the division because, again, you still have 2 other teams that are going to make you fight for it. And still, like, you have to get one of those spots. So you still have to play better than either the Cubs or the Brewers. Granted, if those 2 are the 2 teams that fight to the end. Then the Braves and the Phillies, if those 2 teams and the Nationals just kind of stay where they're at. Like, you know?
Yeah. I think the Nats will, I mean, at very, very worst case, they'll end up beating out the Mets. They'll end up being 3rd in the East, but...
They'll be above 500.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they'll make a bounce. They'll make a run. Yeah, but I'm surprised with the Padres so far.
I mean, I expected them to be good. I
don't know about good. I mean, they
like
should have
solid,
been with the roster they have, the young talent, signing Machado. I mean, all they did was improve their offense. Their defense and their pitching's bad. We knew it coming into the year it was gonna be bad.
Well, their defense is okay. Their pitching's just really bad.
I guess
their pitching's just not there whatsoever.
Not at all. Diamondbacks. The offense is decent. You know, I mean, like by far decent. Like solid. The pitching's not awful. It's not awful. I've
Yeah.
seen way worse, like
They're-
on the Padres.
They're just a solid team. Really.
In my opinion, the record should not define this team. Like 27 and 25,
There's
I would expect them to be, with the pitching and the offense that I saw statistically, they should absolutely be past the Padres.
I just think they're a well-rounded team. They're not awful.
I think they're going to break out sooner than later. I think they're going to make a serious run, and they're going to close in on the Dodgers for the NL West. My opinion.
I think I said they can compete for the second spot. If Padres,
You know who's their center fielder is?
Adam Jones.
Oh,
How much he got paid? $3 million.
yeah, it would have been really great.
Yeah, if they didn't sign
There's
him.
your entire outfield, Dolan.
Literally a bunch of
Your entire outfield. It's a bunch of old dudes that are batting super, super good this year.
so far. Yeah,
Straight production. I mean,
like
and I mean they're top 2, 3, all 3 of them
on their teams.
production on the Indians. They would have been.
Yeah, they're all on their respective teams. They're already like top 5 on their production. For
Yep. I think Jones was 3rd, Pence was 2nd, and
Jones already has
Melky was
And Jones
3rd.
has 10 home runs.
Yep. Yeah, Jones.
And he's not even supposed to be a.
Nope, he's not a power guy. He's just
He's not even much of a hitter. He's a defender.
Yep, he's a great defenseman. He steals bases, whatever. He's fast, whatever. God, it's just so infuriating to see this because you and I were calling it the entire offseason.
You could have gotten like at least one.
You could have brought back Melky. There you go. And then we were talking about Jones.
Yeah,
He was asking what his worth was, like 16
market value
or something, or I don't know about. I don't know.
No, they were saying
I
like
think it was 16.
Spotrac said like his market value was like 16.
And he signed for what?
$3 million.
Get out. No.
I liked Adam Jones.
I did too.
I would have thought he would have been a good fit.
I think so too. I think it would have been great. Well, then, what do you do with Martin? Well, he's playing better than Martin, so you could bump his ass over to left or something. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. Get out the bus. You know what? Why don't we designate that guy out? Jeez.
And bring up Mercado, then he can play midfield.
Yep.
Then
Gosh.
there you go.
There you go. Wow. Real hard, Dolan.
And guess what? You know how much that entire outfield would have cost? Less than $10 million.
Less than $10 million. And you know what? And then the production that all 3 of them have.
You could.
I would not have been as mad about losing Michael Brantley.
Well, yeah, because you're compensating.
Yeah.
In
the right way.
Well, yeah, because in those.
If you're trying to develop young talent, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. If you're trying to develop young talent, I get it. But
well, if you want to win,
if you want to win, you have to. I understand that.
and it's not even like they're calling up anyone either. They don't.
No.
It's like Mercado's been the only guy, but in Stamets.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
He's
Dude
like,
batted 50. I think it was actually 50.
50 what? Oh, like
His batting average was 50.
like a .050.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has like 30-some strikeouts.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was fantastic. Here, let's look at this up in live time. Go ahead, keep talking to the fans about the Rockies.
Oh.
Or about the Diamondbacks. Who are we talking about? The Diamondbacks.
I like the Diamondbacks.
I do too.
I was coming into the year after they signed Adam Jones. I'm like, I like this team, and they're calling up a lot of guys too. I didn't realize they've been moving up and down with a lot
There
of
he is. .049. Excuse me. Gave him too much credit.
24 strikeouts.
In 41 at bats. This dude was raking
On the positive note,
that bench.
on the positive note, he said half of his hits have been doubles. 4 of his hits have been.
Yeah, he had 4
total hits and 2 have been singles. Oh no, I'm looking at Greg Allen.
Two hits. He had 2 hits.
Oh.
One of them was a double.
Oh.
And it knocked in 2 ribbies. He's so bad. Oh, ruined him. However, Luplow, that's kind of a bright spot. I like that.
Better than what I expected.
Yeah, I agree. But you look at the Indians off.
Leos Martin likes to strike out a lot. Jeez. It's also like he likes.
Oh my God, he does. 57.
Start calling him Joey Gallo.
Oh man, yeah, that's bad because Gallo's got like 66. Anyway, Diamondbacks, they're a solid team. Rockies, pitching's been awful.
Literal. They only have one pitcher that's below 4 ERA.
It's bad.
Domingo. No, not Domingo. Yerman Marquez. I think that's his name.
I can look real quick if you like.
Yeah, Yerman. I know his first name's Yerman. Yeah, he has like a 3.3.
Here you go.
Yeah, Yerman Marquez. Yeah.
3.38 ERA.
Everyone else is above or below above 4. That's awful.
Way above 4.
And,
Like 4.5 and up.
an ex-Indian Brian Shaw has also been a bright spot for the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, he has. Here you go, Tribe, dishing it out.
Yeah.
Granted, whatever. I don't care about that one. That was a good move, Dolan.
I wouldn't. He's still doing good.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but he wasn't with the Tribe, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he was pretty disappointing.
I mean, offensively, the Rockies, they're actually better than Arizona.
Yeah, they're a lot of power.
In my opinion, you improve the pitching or you suffer as the season goes.
Yeah, you'll be where you were at. Then it'll just be a two-headed race between the Padres and Diamondbacks to fight with the Dodgers.
Yep, absolutely. Giants. That's just an overall bad team.
Their record indicates that they're better than what I thought they'd be. Like 21-30 is not that bad.
Yeah, 21-30.
It's not
you're comparing them to the Nationals, and the Nationals are a way better team than the Giants. Like
light years.
We're talking Star Wars light years.
Well, I'm talking about like you have 3 Cy Young candidates between Strasburg, when he's on his peak and healthy, and Corbin, and Scherzer, who's he's my favorite pitcher in the game.
I like Scherzer a lot.
I liked him in Detroit. Loved him when he went to the Nats. The Nats.
Anibal Sanchez. Oh, he's having a really bad year.
I like the Nats. I like their team. Like they have a good mix of young and veteran players. Like, I don't know. I like the team. I like how it's set up. Their lineup is young, and while their pitching is experienced, if their lineup can get going, they're one of the better teams in the league.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. But
back to the Giants.
The Giants, they're awful. I expect them to continue to struggle.
Yeah, because they literally just have no talent. Really,
yeah, they're so.
Their best hitter is Kevin Pillar. He's more of a defender than he's an offender.
He's not a hitter. So I mean, like he is obviously, as in this year's showing, but he's a defensive guy. So all right.
So with this, just we're gonna
do a quick little talk about the call ups so far this season.
Yeah,
we're gonna go team by team call ups, and we'll kind of leave it at that, and then we'll do our live show.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just like for this year, like I just feel like there's been a lot of prospect call ups, like just different. Like I remember like a lot of like at least when Lindor was about to get called up, like they were just waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and it was just a lot of these teams just wait because it's like due to like money, like to get as much time as they can with these players. But like this year, it just feels like it's much different. Like we're just putting these guys in, and we're just gonna see if these guys can stay afloat or sink. I just think it's been good just to see what kind of future players that they're going to be in this league, especially with besides Trout and Harper when he's at his peak. There's not much like pure superstars really. So, well, we're just gonna go team by team and let us know what you think, who made good call-ups and stuff like that. So starting off with the Padres, they their best top prospect in the league. Well, the second best prospect in the MLB, Fernando Tatis Jr. Supposed to be one of the best shortstops in the minors.
That's all I've heard is
he's done good. He's sent like 300. He's doing solid for the Padres. He's been called up. He's been playing all year, so he's been a good, solid call up. Pitcher Chris Paddock. I think he's had a couple. He's been up and down mostly, but he hasn't been doing bad. Second baseman Josh Naylor. He hasn't been doing too bad as well.
Naylor.
Yeah. Pitcher Cal Quantrill. We're just gonna go through now. Pitcher Nick Margevicius.
However you spell that.
Third baseman Ty France. He's not from France. Giants. They brought up 2 pitchers, Travis Bergen and Sean Anderson. Dodgers. They called up one of their top prospects.
He's an outfielder, Alex Verdugo.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
All right, how about that?
Rockies, they called up their shortstop. I also posted this on the Instagram for one of the
Brendan Rodgers.
He's been doing pretty well. And then second baseman Garrett Hampson.
D-backs.
They've called up a lot of guys. Merrill Kelly, Yohan Lopez, outfielder Tim Locastro, first baseman Christian Walker. He's been playing really well as well. Pitcher Taylor Clark, shortstop Eldemario Vargas, and pitcher John Duplantier. Sorry.
Sorry, John.
Yeah. For the Braves, going into the NL, was it East or NL Central? Third baseman Austin Riley, pitchers Mike Soroka, Jacob Webb, Touki Toussaint, Wes Parsons, Kyle Wright, and Chad Sabaka.
He called up all them pitchers? Oh my God.
Yeah, when you need pitchers, you gotta call them up.
Yeah, I guess.
Phillies, due to their heavy, loaded roster of talent, they only called up one guy, Cole Irvin. Mets, one of their top prospects, Pete Alonso, he's done well. And oh my God, is that shortstop or I don't know why I marked
Drew
there.
Gagnon.
I think it's shortstop.
You better hope, kid.
The Nationals, Victor Robles, he's played in the league. It's just he's considered a rookie, so I just put him in there. He's one of the top prospects in the MLB. Third baseman Josh Knoll, and also they have another top prospect, Carter Kieboom. I think that's one of the best last names I think I've seen in a long time. Kieboom. Yeah.
You think whenever he hits dingers, he's going to go, Kieboom!
Yeah.
The whole stadium's going to just...
Yeah, I like that last name. Then the Marlins, since they have literally no talent, they're just calling up their entire farm system.
It's so bad.
So they called up outfielder Harold Ramirez, catcher Austin Dean, outfielder Chad Wallach, pitchers Sandy Alcantara, Nick Anderson, and Tyler Kinley. Now to the Cubs, they called up outfielder Mark Zagunis. The Reds, they called up their top prospect Nick Senzel and second baseman Josh Van Meter.
Why did I hear that Nick Senzel could play shortstop?
Probably could.
I probably could. I heard he's an incredible talent.
Really, he's supposed to be really good. Next, the Brewers pitcher Adrian Hauser and second baseman Keston Hiura. He's supposed to be their top prospect. He's much more of a hitter than he is a defender. More offense, I guess, is what the Brewers want to call.
That's what Kipnis was supposed to be. Huh.
Well, I don't know. Next, the Pirates, due to their lack of talent, pure talent on the roster, they called up outfielder Kevin Newman, shortstop Cole Tucker, outfielder Brian Reynolds, and outfielder Pablo Reyes, along with another outfielder, Jason Martin.
Huh.
To the Cardinals, they called up outfielder Lane Thomas and pitchers Dakota Hudson and Giovanni Gallegos. Now to the American League, the Orioles called up Stevie Wilkerson, Josh Means. I don't know what that means.
His first name's Stevie?
Yeah, I know. I had him. I know. Also, two other pitchers, Brandon Klein and Evan Phillips.
Yankees.
Mike Tauchman, outfielder, first baseman Mike Ford, shortstop Thomas Estrada, and pitcher Jonathan Loaiziga. Most of these call-ups, I think, are due to the fact that they're just super thin on depth
everywhere.
Yeah, due to injuries.
I mean, Giovanni Urshela is your leading batter.
Yeah, he wasn't even. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they were just super thin.
And that was another one we could have talked about. Gio.
Yeah.
You pissed me off.
The Reds.
I'm so mad.
Yeah. So now next to the Red Sox, the third baseman Michael Chavis. He's supposed to be one of the top prospects for the Red Sox. He's done pretty well this year. Pitchers Marcus Walden and Colton Brewer. When your pitching's been really bad as they have been, just gotta try out what you can at this point.
Yep.
Next to the Blue Jays, they called up their entire farm system as well. Trent Thornton, Elvis Luciano, Thomas Pannone, those guys are all pitchers. Second baseman Kevin Biggio, Jonathan Davis, catcher Danny Jensen, outfielder Billy McKinney. Their top prospect and the top prospect in the MLB, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vlad.
That dude is meaty. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he is. He's not a tiny kid.
No,
that is a big boy.
Yeah.
He is future DH written all over him.
He's a third base. Yeah, at least with the Blue Jays, yeah. And first baseman Rowdy Tellez. He's got probably the best first baseman. He's probably got the best first name ever.
Rowdy?
Yeah.
Hey man, what are you doing today? I'm just gonna get rowdy.
Yeah. Now, next to the Rays, they called up catcher Michael Perez, first baseman Nate Lowe, shortstop Andrew Velasquez, and second baseman Brandon Lowe.
And actually, Brandon Lowe's he's had a pretty good year so far. He's just not playing so great against the Tribe, so sucks to suck, pal.
No, the Indians, they call up their MVP Eric Stemets.
Oh man, I cannot believe they sent him down. 40 ER average. That's so good.
And 50 strikeouts. I don't know, 27.
He's so good. God.
Yeah.
Dolans, you suck.
Then the guy that should have been on the team at the beginning of the year,
the
Oscar
whole
Mercado.
Season. You should have had him up here the whole year.
Yeah. And he's doing well. I'm glad he's there. Next, the Twins. They had... Well, he was called up last year, but he's considered a rookie. Williams Astudillo. Depth catcher. And now the next pitcher, Ryan Harper. White Sox, they called up their top prospect, and they signed him to a nice contract in the beginning of the year to avoid
That's
arbitration
right,
money. Eloy Jimenez, outfielder Roy Cordell, pitchers Manny Banuelos, Ryan Burr, and Jose Ruiz. The Royals, they have called up Scott Barlow, Jake Newberry, Richard Lovelady, who are all pitchers. They also called up Kelvin Gutierrez, who's a third baseman, and second baseman Nicky Lopez. The Tigers, they called up, pretty much their entire farm system as well.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow.
They called up 4 pitchers: Zach Renninger, Spencer Trumbull, Gregory Soto, and Nick Ramirez.
How'd that go? Nick Ramirez, Brandon Dixon, right fielder Dustin Peterson, second baseman Doel Lugo, third baseman Harold Castro, left fielder Christian Stewart, Astros, Framber Valles,
Josh James,
Corbin Martin,
and the Rangers.
Third baseman Patrick Wisdom. Is that right? Wisdom? Kyle Dowdy, Reed Garrett,
Jeffrey Springs,
Brett Martin, Adrian Simpson.
All of them are pitchers except Patrick Wisdom.
How about that? A's, none worth noting, I guess.
There was only one call-up, and he only played in like a few games, so I just figured there's not enough of a sample size.
The Angels, Luke Bard,
Tide Buttery,
Griffin Canning,
all starting pitchers.
How about that?
And the Mariners, since they're all bad, Eric Swanson, their only good pitcher on the team, Yusei Kikuchi, and Connor Sadzek and Brandon Brennan. All those 4 pitchers. Third baseman Dylan Moore, center fielder Braden Bishop, and second baseman Shed Long.
Shed Long. That's a cool name.
It's
a cool name.
Cool.
If you own dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, I'm just shedding.
So that's the episode.
That is our show. Thank you all for listening. We know it went a little longer. We're trying to cut them down, but we end up talking and ranting so much. We get so much information going. Also, look for us to stream more as the summer goes. Certain stuff has come around recently and dictated that we're going to be able to do things a little more regularly. So expect that. But thank you for listening. God bless you. We appreciate you. Please don't feel, don't fear reaching out to us. We love talking to our fans. We hope to hear from you. God bless.